Fear doesn't just make you cautious, but it makes you obedient to a life that you don't even truly want. And for so many people, fear is the reason why they stop following their dreams. They stop living the life or building the life that they truly desire because fear is holding them back. And I think we've all experienced that at one point in our lives where we were just too afraid to do something. Maybe it was talking to someone on the street that you thought had like a great energy and was attractive, but you were too afraid of rejection. Or maybe you wanted to quit your job and go and create something on your own, but there was something inside you that just couldn't let you do it because you were just too afraid of it. The consequences that come with giving up something that is supposedly safe. Hi, my name is Martin. I'm here with the purpose and the intention to share my life with you, my stories, my learnings throughout my experiences that I've made with the hope to inspire you, to help you grow, and to live a life that you truly are proud of, where you go into that self-discovery and start living life on your own terms. And the topic I'm talking about today really is all about fear, the way fear shows up. What happens to you when fear is actually right there in control? And also a few things that you can do to take back that control and move forward towards your goals, to do stuff that you just want to do, that you were just too afraid to do in the past. So let's talk about what is fear? Fear is basically a survival instinct. Its main job, and basically it should be its own job, is to keep you safe, to keep you from dying, to keep you from being in situations where there is literally a threat to your life. It comes like it's a leftover piece from evolution where back in the day, everything was kind of dangerous. Like a movement in the bushes. That was not like nowadays, nobody gives a damn if there's like a movement in the bushes, you know? But back in the day, it could be like a tiger, it could be like a wild animal, it could be like the enemy tribe or whatever there was that could potentially harm them. So it was necessary to always be on guard, because just not being on guard for one time could not only risk your life, but the life of the whole community. Speaking of community, back in the day, being cast out by your community meant almost certain death, because surviving by yourself was just pretty much impossible. So nowadays, fear of rejection very much stems from that fear of being cast out by the community and you having to struggle and fear for your own life. Of course, there are situations in our lives where fear is really, really, really incredibly helpful and absolutely necessary. When there's any kind of danger to your physical well-being, to your mental and emotional well-being, or the well-being of other people. It's absolutely normal and great that fear is still there to protect yourself, to protect others. But the thing is that what I'm talking about here today is the fear that creeps up every single day in like the most mundane kind of situations. I know people who are afraid to pick up the phone and call a doctor or to call an office to ask for an appointment. And that fear is preventing us from actually being truly alive. I've been there. I've been there for a very, very long time. And recently I actually discovered my biggest fear. I wasn't aware of it. I always thought I was afraid of rejection. I was afraid of not making it in business or in acting. Also the fear of being rejected. I'm not sure if I just said that as the first thing, but like fear of rejection was one of the biggest things I've experienced in the past. But that was not it. That was just like very small stuff compared to the fear that dominated my life, and mostly my romantic relationships. And the way I discovered it was recently I was part of a workshop, and there was a meditation, a guided meditation, and it was connected to money and to business and to get into that abundance like flow and to have like a different outlook on money. And the meditation went into like going to the future when you're at the end of your life and you're proud of yourself, and like you made an impact, and the people around you, like they love you for having such a positive impact on their lives. You know what happened to me? I saw myself on a bed in the hospital, being alone, being all by myself. Nobody around me. No partner who loves me. No kids who love me. Just alone. Maybe you know what I'm talking about. Maybe that's how you also feel. That was such an eye-opening and painful experience for me. Just thinking of that, being all by myself when life ends, looking back and asking myself, what the fuck was it all for? I didn't experience true love. I didn't experience the joys, the difficulties, the ups and downs of fatherhood. And in that moment, I realized the fear of being alone for the rest of my life, the fear of never experiencing true romantic love is dominating how I show up in relationships. What happens then is that when I meet someone, I start being clingy. I put a lot of pressure on myself and then subconsciously on the person I'm dating, because I have so many expectations and a hope and that kind of need. Please be the right person for me, because if you're not the right person, then I'm risking to be alone forever. So if you were the one, then you would save me. Through the healing journey that I've been through in the last few months, that was one of the biggest breakthrough moments I had. And is it gone, that fear? No, still there, still lingering within me. But now I recognized it. Before that, it was like in the driver's seat and it was in control. Now I'm aware of it, and awareness, and especially conscious awareness, is the first step to be able to change something. And believe me, I am absolutely determined to change this, to change it around, and to not let fear ignore or make me ignore red flags, to make me commit myself to people that I know are not the right person for me, to look after myself and my own well-being, even when I'm in a relationship. In the past, I would have given up everything that was that I needed in order for me to be there for the other person. I had time when they had time. When they canceled, I was okay with it, even though I wasn't. But I was like, I understand. I'm there for you. I get it. When I was completely drained, I would still listen for hours to what they were going through. And it sucked the life out of me. And I wasn't even aware of it. Now, what happens when fear is in control? With fear, there's a few responses. Most likely you've heard of fight, flight, and freeze. There's a fourth one called the fawn response. So with the fight, it's like if you're afraid for your life, even though it's not a dangerous situation, you might get into like a fight mode where you go into the confrontation, where you go into the kind of like rejecting it and being like really emotionally involved in it and being like standing your ground, like really not in the positive way, but in like the I need to save myself right now. I need to protect myself, even though there is no danger coming from the outside in that moment. The freeze response is where you just shut down and you just, it's like basically becoming a tree where you just stand there not moving. In the past, those two were an absolutely necessity. Like when there was an animal charging at you that you knew you could fight, then you didn't even have to think of it. It would just be an automatic response that you fight. If it was like a huge bear and you knew this is not going to work if I stand my ground and I fight, I'm not going to win. So freezing up, pretending you're dead, that was the only hope for survival. The freeze, you just become a tree. How many times in life do you freeze when someone like approaches you? I have that all the time. When I see someone attractive on the train, I freeze. Like everything drops. I don't smile. I freeze. Instead of smiling and being approachable and approaching people, I freeze. And I'm like, why would I do that? I smile at people all the time, but why do I freeze when I see someone that I think is attractive? Because I'm afraid. I'm afraid of rejection. Because rejection means long term, I'm going to be by myself, all alone. So fear, it wants to protect us, but it's actually preventing us from the chance to get and receive the opposite. The only way to find a truly loving partner is to go out there and be a loving person myself, an open person, smiling at people, getting into conversations. If I freeze, I'm not going to be able to meet anyone. And the third one is flight. Flight in the past was also great because you could subconsciously, it was like, okay, if I cannot fight it, if I cannot freeze, I have to, like, if I can outrun it, I'm just going to run. I used to train Wing Chun in the past, and my trainer, he always said that no matter if you think you are more advanced or more skillful than someone else on the street, if you can, then run away. Because with running away, even though you might be considered like the one who is like, oh, he's scared, he's running off, but at least nobody gets hurt if you run fast enough. On the other hand, if you stay and fight, at least one of you is going to get hurt. So running away, it takes courage because it might be humiliating to run away from a situation. But at the same time, it can save your life. However, in reality, those situations are quite Well, not quite often that they happen, but we run away so many times. When things get difficult, we are afraid and we run away. When we want to chase our dreams, but there's an obstacle, then we run away, we give up. But you will never get to your goals if you keep running away from it. Now, the fawn response is another thing that I realized about myself recently. Well, today actually, when I looked more deeply into like today's topic, because I was like, what am I going to talk about? What am I passionate about? And then I realized like the fawn response. I'm doing that. It's like you're kind of giving yourself up for the approval of other people. It's kind of like a people pleaser kind of way of being. There's no boundaries anymore. You just say yes to everything, even though it hurts you. Like you're giving yourself up completely because of the fear you have what happens if you don't. Like me in relationships, I give up my own needs. I always tell myself, no, I'm not doing that. I'm looking after myself, and it's important for me to be with that person. That gives me a lot of joy and like happiness and all those things. But I give up on meditation, on sports, on being just by myself. And that hurts me because I'm not there for me anymore. I would love for you to drop in the comments what kind of reaction you mostly have. Is it the fight, flight, freeze, or fawn response? So when fear comes up, there's a lot of things that also can happen. You start overthinking. You start avoiding. You stop what you do because like perfection might come in, like perfectionism. That you're afraid to do something unless it's perfect because people might judge it. But the thing is, as long as we are giving fear so much power, we will never be in charge of our own lives. It's kind of like someone else dictating who we are, how we act, how we react, what we do, who we meet, how we behave, all those things. So what can you do? What can you do to not let fear run the show anymore? First thing is, call it out. Speak out loud. Say it. Stand firm and say like, yes, I feel that fear. I get it. It's there. I'm not trying to reject it. I'm not trying to make it disappear and quiet, like making the noise go away. No, I acknowledge that it's there. Because as long as you suppress it, as long as you push it away and avoid it, it's like a cat. I love cats. I love animals in general, but with cats. If you want the cat to go away, it usually comes back. It most of the time goes away once you stop resisting. You're like, okay, it's there, whatever. I'm not going to let it ruin my day. I'm not going to be less comfortable on the couch if the cat jumps on me. The same kind of thing you can do with fear, where it's like, it's there, but it's not going to be in charge. I'm not going to let my day be ruined by fear. I'm not going to let fear dictate if I speak to someone, if I approach someone, if I call an office, if I apply for a job, if I quit a job. Yeah, fear is there. Okay, great. Now I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it anyway. That's actually the second thing that you can do. Feel the fear, experience it, and make the decision to do exactly what you're afraid to do. Do exactly what you're afraid to do, even though the fear is present. The third thing I would recommend is also go on a healing journey, because fear is usually rooted in childhood wounds, in like your deeper rooted belief system, in traumatic experiences from the past. Like all those things mostly contribute to fear being present in situations where you truly just don't want it to be there. So when you go on a healing journey, you can let go of the past. You can let go of the beliefs that you have about yourself, about life, about other people. Some people don't have that courage to approach other people because of what happened to them when they were younger or in past relationships, where they feel, well, if I go into a relationship again, I'm just going to get hurt. It's so powerful, like that grip fear can have on us. It's like taking your throat and clenching it, and you're trying to breathe, but you can't. And through healing practice, you can break those chains. You can make fear stop having that grip. And you can finally move forward a little bit lighter. And yes, it might take a while. It might take weeks, months, or years to heal. Actually, I'm lying. It will take forever because life is going to continue. And as long as you are alive, there is always something that needs to be healed, that wants to be healed. But don't let that make you stop. Don't let that dictate your life and you giving up on your life. There's this quote I once read. It says, "Sing your song and dance your life." And I love that. It's like sing your song, meaning you have a voice. Fear takes that voice away from you. Sing your song, express yourself, be too much, be too loud, whatever it is that you want to do, just do it. Go ahead and do it. Don't let fear take that away from you. Don't let fear take that aliveness away from you that you could and can experience in life. Dance your song, meaning just be who you are, whatever that is. Like the way you dress, the way you move, whatever makes you you. Whatever makes you feel powerful, whatever makes you feel you're connected to yourself. Be who you are. Go out into life dancing, laughing, singing, being who the fuck you are. Don't let anyone or anything take that away from you or control it or diminish your light. Because I don't even know you most likely, but I have that true, honest belief that you are worthy, you are complete, and that you are amazing. Because in my book of life, every human being is worthy just by being born. It's the birthright of you. Your life to be experienced with joy and happiness and love. I believe truly that this is your birthright. So go and claim it. Go out there and be who you are. Stop letting fear fucking up your life. Do not let it chain you to something that you do not want to be chained to. Don't let it be in the driver's seat any longer. Take charge. This is a choice. This is your choice. You can decide. Because fear is something within you. You are not within fear. So you are in charge. You are the creator. You are the powerful being able to express yourself. But for that to happen, you need to heal. You need to let go. You need to reconnect with yourself. Go and do it. You deserve it. And you will thank yourself for doing it, for going through it. And yes, healing is painful, but it's the most rewarding gift that you can give yourself, and only you can give it to you. All right. If you got some kind of value out of this, please drop a comment or a like. I would truly appreciate it. This is a new channel and I would love to inspire a lot of people with it. So please support me by leaving a like, a comment, and subscribe for more videos. And as always, I'm sending you lots of love from my heart to yours, and I'm sending you a big hug.